We know it as a myth or a legend, Bigfoot, but now there's new research whether the creature exists in Oklahoma. Channel 8's Marine Words has a look at the science behind Bigfoot in this special report.
So what we have here is a little radio transmitter.
It's a little funny looking. It's pokey and sticky and being used to track Bigfoot.
Here's a little magnet, and the way it's set up is the magnet sticks to it like this, and we can leave it hanging out in the woods, you know, amongst the thick brush that you have there in southeastern Oklahoma during the summertime, and it just kind of looks like a totally organic thing. You see this, it's a little antenna right here. I mean, it looks like a pine needle or something.
Travis Lawrence and his other researchers hang these trackers at least 7 feet off the ground in the remote Ouachita Mountains, hoping it might stick onto Bigfoot, or what they call the wood ape.
When you see it, that's it.
Well, I never thought that I would see one.
I was still skeptical. At the time, I wasn't sure at all that these things existed, not until I had my own sighting.
Daryl Collier is an Air Force veteran who worked in intelligence. Alton Higgins worked as a wildlife biologist for more than 40 years. Ryan Brown works at a PR firm in Minneapolis. These three and dozens of others call themselves the North American Wood Ape Conservancy. Their goal, to research and find evidence to prove that Bigfoot exists right here in Oklahoma.
There were so many people from so many walks of life who were having these encounters, many of which were not extraordinary encounters. They were just sort of quick visuals of a large hairy thing walking around where it shouldn't have been.
This is an aerial view of the Ouachita Mountains, where 63 researchers spent 1,200 hours surveying the area. Their report outlining some consistent behaviors they saw in the past 4 years.
I guess the analogy is that I had suddenly been just yanked into this room, this different room of reality now.
Collier says he saw Bigfoot jump across the creek here. That's one of 49 Bigfoot sightings in the report, but nothing is captured on camera, no matter how fancy the equipment or how often they've tried.
These cameras are associated, they associate these cameras with humans, and so therefore they stay away from them. We just don't know. There's a lot of things we don't know at this point, but that's why we continue to do this.
One big part of their research, hitting bats on trees, a way of communication they say is often used by larger apes.
30 seconds later, and it's happened a number of times, you'll hear a response from a quarter of a mile off in the woods.
It wasn't just the sounds of trees banging, but rocks being thrown. You can hear in this audio, they say this is rock rain hitting their roof. They found plenty of rocks in unusual places, and throwing rocks is something typically chimps do.
As compelling as we believe it to be, we don't present that as proof. That is not enough to establish this as a real animal.
But this band of believers says they're moving closer. Oh, before I forget, that tracker that we told you about, it was picked up and activated, so they'll be searching for it soon. Maureen Wirtz, Tulsa's Channel 8.